Welcome to Unity of Wilmington, a spiritual community in Wilmington, North Carolina. My name is Reverend Mindy Tucker. Every month, we take a look at the diverse holidays and holy days that happen through various spiritual traditions and religious traditions. In December, at the beginning of the month, on December 6th, we look at St. Nicholas Day. Now, St. Nicholas is considered the original Santa Claus. He was a saint who was generous. He was participating in a lot of gift giving. In Dutch countries, there is a tradition of setting your shoes out, children setting their shoes out on St. Nicholas Day Eve, so that St. Nicholas will come by and fill them with fruit and candy and little treats and toys and things of that nature. December 8th is celebrated around the world by Zen Buddhists as Bodhi Day, Rohatsu. In most Zen monasteries, there are traditions of honoring the enlightenment, that star of awareness that Buddha saw as he sat underneath the Bodhi tree on the 8th day of the 12th month. Hanukkah is a very holy time and a celebratory time in the Jewish tradition. It begins sundown on December 10th and goes for 8 days. It's a reenactment of the victory in the Maccabean revolt, just about 100 years before Jesus was born. It's a festival of light. It's a festival of hope. And there are a lot of children's songs and children's games that go along with the prayers and the celebratory foods and the gatherings that happen during Hanukkah. Saturnalia. Now, this isn't a current time practice that is engaged in by many people, but in Roman mythology, there was Saturn, the god of agriculture, and this was the biggest holy time, holiday, festival of the entire year, when homes were decorated with wreaths in green, and people celebrated with gifts of candle to signify the light returning to the world. I'm telling you, it was the foundation in tradition for Christmas. And that's why I'm bringing it up. It goes from the 17th of December all the way to what used to be solstice in the Roman calendar, which was December 25th at that time. In this year, in 2020, a phenomenon is occurring in the sky that hasn't happened for 800 years. And that's where Saturn is 0.1 away from Jupiter. Jupiter was the head god in Roman mythology, I'm just saying. Anyway, it's making a star. A star, it looks like a star of wonder, a star of light. If that doesn't bring up some Christmas memories or recall some Christmas tradition, if you're a Christian, it'll make sense. Okay, moving right along. Yule is celebrated on solstice on December 21st. It used to be a pagan festival time of the Germanic peoples, so everybody who's way up north, they would light bonfires and do all kinds of things. But its traditions have been co-opted, and they were Christianized when those peoples were converted to Christianity. And those Yule traditions are considered Christian Christmas traditions today. The Yule log, the Yule goat, the Yule boar, and Yule songs. Singing songs about Christmas come from this tradition of Yule. Now, in today's time, Yule is also celebrated by Wicca, by witches. And their homes are decorated. You wouldn't believe the colors, but they're Druid colors: green, red, white. There's bringing in the boughs. There's ivy and holly and evergreens that are brought into the home. This has got to be sounding familiar. And mistletoe. Mistletoe was a Druid practice of good luck where you hung it above the door, and anybody who came through that main door would be blessed. So, isn't Christmas interesting? Songs. Just keep singing the Christmas songs. In the Christian tradition, ever since the year 273, the birth of Jesus has been fixed to December 25th. And on Christmas Day, all Christians around the world honor the birth of Christ, the Messiah, the Savior that came into the world. In unity, we consider the teachings of Jesus to be our primary teachings. We say that on Christmas Day, that birth of Christ is truly metaphysically the rebirth of our own Christ light. December 26th is St. Stephen's Day. St. Stephen was the first Christian martyr. And I don't know what association he had with horses, but throughout Christian Europe, many of whom have a national holiday on December 26th to honor St. Stephen's Day, there are the blessing of the horses, the running of the horses. There are races, there are sleigh rides, all who are being drawn by horses. The December 26th is also a very holy time for Zoroastrians. It's the day that marks the death of their prophet, Zoroaster. And what they do on this day is they go to their fire temples and have special prayers in honor of the wisdom that the prophet brought to them. Kwanzaa is the last one I'm going to talk about. It's December 26th through January 1st. It's a day where people of African heritage, African traditions bring in a feast celebration to honor their culture, to honor those things that they most value. And of course, there's lots of singing. In the United States, the month of December is Human Rights Month. And it's not only about honoring the human rights of people to be free from discrimination and to be treated equally, but there's also a very clear focus on innocent until proven guilty. The other thing that happens during the month of December in the United States is Spiritual Literacy Month. Even the calendar, nationalcalendar.com, where I get a lot of my information, talks about the importance of reading spiritual material as a way to support your unfoldment and to support you in life. And they make the distinction that it's important to note that being spiritual is different than being religious, which is what we say a lot of times in Unity. On the 12th, in the United States, it's Gingerbread House Day. The 17th is Maple Syrup Day. Yum, yum. The 26th is Thank You Note Day, which makes sense since a number of people in the United States are Christian, and that's the day after Christmas. And then the last date that we look at is Card Playing Day, and that is just for fun. Even you can do it virtually. There are all kinds of ways you can connect with other people through card playing. I hope that this has anchored some of the beliefs that you have about life, about religion and spirituality, and expanded your awareness of why we do things the way we do them. Have a wonderful month. Thank you so much from Unity of Wilmington.